Burnham and I'm here for Motorboat and Yachting today at the Hamble, looking at a second-hand Beneteau Antares 30 that's been very kindly lent to us by the Pure Latitude Boat Club. Now this is a really interesting boat because it's 30 foot long, but Beneteau have managed to cram onto here some quite spectacular accommodation, and none of it feels compromised. So out here you've got a really nice cockpit area with a big comfortable seating area just here, and there's a great size Flybridge on top with another seating area and of course a helm position. But where it gets really clever is when we head inside. Now on the inside, the only area where you might think Beneteau have cheated slightly is putting the galley up here rather than on the lower level as you often find on Flybridge boats. But actually this works pretty well because you can actually cater for this area here very comfortably, and of course directly out into the cockpit, so that's actually not a bad feature. You've got a big seating area over here on the port side, and you've got a lower helm, and what's nice is they've actually put a seat in alongside the helm, so if you're driving down below, people can sit next to you and enjoy the ride. And on the lower deck, even there, it's surprising what they've got into it. So in the forward cabin, for example, they've actually got a proper central double bed. It's not squeezed up to one side or a V-berth. You've got a guest cabin as well. That's got bunk beds in. It's a little bit of a squeeze to get into, but once you're in, they are over 6 foot long, so there's plenty of space in there. And also on the lower level, of course, you've got your heads. But the other really interesting thing about this boat is the fact that unusually Beneteau have put a single shaft drive diesel engine into this, and what that means is you haven't got the expense of running an outdrive in terms of servicing, etc. You haven't got the expense of running twin engines. You just got one engine to service, and pretty much everything else takes care of itself. Which begs the question, of course, well, what does it go like with that engine in it? And because this is a boat club boat, they very kindly allow me to take it out and find out. Now Beneteau introduced this boat in 2009, and they fitted the Yanmar 380 horsepower shaft drive diesel. And the one big change that took place in this boat's production was when Yanmar stopped building that engine, they switched to a Volvo Penta 370 horsepower shaft drive diesel. In terms of the way the boat handles and performs, it's pretty much identical. It was just simply a case that they couldn't get the Yanmars anymore. But in terms of that performance, well, if we put the speed up, it is a full planing boat. And although you might think a single engine in a 30-foot Flybridge boat is a bit light, it actually picks up pretty well. That's giving us, that's about 18-19 knots there. That's a fairly comfortable cruising speed. And if we ride it right out, she's topping out at about 25. And certainly my one concern with this was it might feel a little bit underpowered, but it's fine. That's 25 knots there, and then we leave her back, and that's cruising now at about 23, 24. That's a nice pace. Visibility is good. Got big windows either side, and of course if you really want the fresh air, there's always a Flybridge. But actually it's a really nice cruising boat. I'm more impressed with this than I expected to be.